Hey guys, Jordan here. Today I'm going to be sharing some recommendations from my Audible library that I think are excellent books for you to read depending on what stage of the business you're in. All right, so let's jump over to my phone here. So a lot of times I'll like to look for something new that's not on a bestseller list. I've read a lot of the bestseller books, and I think there's some obscure are authors that put out some great work that maybe don't get that much notoriety. And that's actually one of the books that I'm reading right now, which is this one. It's called The 6-Minute Workday by Douglas Vermeeren. I think I've read that one twice now. This one just came out a few weeks ago, but when I read books, I'm not always thinking about, okay, let me read it front to cover. Because a lot of books are very similar, just depending on what topic it's on. If you've read a lot of books, you'll see that a lot of topics tend to refine. But I usually try to take away, like one, two, three, sometimes five action items from a book. Like, that's a great idea. I didn't think about it that way, a takeaway. And there was a few things in this book that kind of surprised me. So it actually is a good book. It's got a kind of clickbaity title, but it actually has some good content in it. So that's the one that I'm reading recently. This book right here by actually I like pretty much almost all the books. Dan S. Kennedy, the No BS series. He has a series. I really like this book. There's a lot of gems in this one. It's called Ruthless Management of People and Profits. So if you run a multi-person organization, there's a lot of good takeaways from that book. Now let me keep going here. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. Okay, this one, and actually I try to mix things up. I don't always want to stay on business. Now I do read majority of business books, but this one right here, called 4,000 Weeks. It's kind of opened up my mind, just kind of changed my perspective on life a little bit. 4,000 weeks, that's the average amount of your life expectancy. So it kind of just changed my perspective. Let me see real quick. 4,000 Weeks by Oliver. This might have been another one that's not. Actually, no, this one is got a lot of reviews. This one came out last August. So Time Management for Mortals. Yeah, that will change your thought process. And I think, that's a great book. I've read it a couple times, and it really will change your thinking. This one is another great one. Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order. Ray Dalio. There's some different perspectives. From a long-term perspective, he talks a lot about China in that book, but that book may not be for everyone. But I like to kind of get perspectives from a whole different authors, even from people that may think differently than me. So I'll just I like to learn from others, regardless if I agree or disagree. I think everybody has something that they can that you can learn from. And that's kind of where I'm at on that. Let's see. This actually right here, this is a good book as well. Your Business is a Leaky Bucket, for business owners as well. And I think that's a great book for even you solo people out there. Yeah, I actually really liked that book. Fix This Next is also a great one for people looking to improve their business. Ready Player 2 is also a great book. I actually really like that one as well. I'm going to try to stick to the business topic ones, and maybe I'll give a couple other recommendations. A couple, but actually, so like if I had like two authors, right? Dan S. Kennedy puts out a lot of great work, and then Mike Michalowicz from Fix This Next, he has several books like The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, The Pumpkin Plan. There's a lot of great books that I think a lot of you guys would get value out of. Anyways, that's probably enough on the recommendation side. I can go on forever talking about different books, but those are some of the books that I would recommend reading. And in 2022 if you're looking to learn a little bit on the business side of things and maybe get some good takeaways and some action items. I think, I always try to find those nuggets that aren't really, in like the top seller list, because I think, like I said at the beginning, there's so many resources and people out there sharing so much knowledge, and I think you can just learn a whole lot. And especially, if you're starting out, maybe you don't have a whole lot of mentors in your life, and I think, this is, in my opinion, it's my mentor app, right? So I don't really have a business coach or anything like that, but in theory I have a lot of them, because I learn a lot from other people sharing their knowledge through audiobooks. So anyways, that's it for my book recommendations that I would recommend for real estate photographers. Obviously there are a few, but there actually are very few books on the topic of real estate photography, and the ones that I've read aren't like the best. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 on the topic on Audible. Maybe I'll eventually put out a book on it. Maybe I'll put that way down the road if I decide to do that. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. If you're interested in learning more about the real estate photography business, you can check out my free workshop. The link is in the description below. That's going to do it for this one. Reach out if you have any questions. We will see you guys. Actually, if you guys have book recommendations yourself that you've read, leave them in the comment section below. I'll definitely look into those, because I'm always looking for new and fresh content to consume. So anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one.